The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's get to Tom in Pittsburgh. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to tell you that listening to you, Steve, and also Larry turned my laptop into a money machine.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, man. How long have you been listening?
Well, you know what? I lived in Tampa.
Okay.
And I started listening to you back in 2000. That's when I first found you. I've been listening ever since.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, listen, man, we really appreciate you being out there.
And now, here's Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Disconcern the truth. The problem with making an assumption is that we believe they are the truth. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, then we react by sending emotional poison with our word. This creates a whole big drama for nothing. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow up 339, Nasdaq up 87, S&P's up 42, gold contract up $21, trading at $1,744 an ounce. Silver up $1.75 at $35.06. Platinum up $42 at $1,638 an ounce. Copper up 21 pennies at $3.70 a pound. Light sweet crude up $3.56 at $93.73 a barrel. Bonds down 3 points at 138.25. Dollar index, King Dollar got smoked out here today, no doubt. Down $1.36 at 75.10. Euro up 28 at 141.87. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. This is what you have. Monster move, no doubt. Up 42 points. You did $1.3 billion. That is going against basically 1.8 and 2.2. And, yeah, King Dollar is not dead, but let's go through this. Okay, so daily move, monster move, no doubt. Weekly move, monster move. What you have here at this point, folks, on the S&P is that you're coming into the downdraft of August. You're coming into it on the NYSE. Now, check this out. This is pretty intense. On the NYSE, on a weekly basis, if I average out tomorrow, you're coming into a 50% lighter volume. Price move, big. If you're watching Tiger TV and we bring this back on the other side, what you're doing is that you're coming into, from last January, going right into August. And that, folks, is not accumulation. That's distribution. And this was a gift. This was a gift to folks that were in it and giving it to people that are buying it out here. And the gift, folks, was the people that were selling it to someone else. Dow Industrials, exact same setup in the Dow Industrials. What we have in the Dow is that when you take a look at it, we bring this back to 2010, and you're going to see huge price move, no doubt. You're right into the distribution line, and they gave it out. Now, NASDAQ Composite. This is the composite. Same setup in the composite, and this is what you have. What we did in the composite, we did 2.7 billion. That's going into 3.7. That's on the daily. On the weekly, you're coming into the composite with 25% lighter volume on the weekly. Composite is the same setup. What you have is that the move is the distribution move from January 1st going all the way over to August. So it's going to get how we come into these highs. Well, if we stay with the NDX 100 for a second, this is what you have. We go to the NDX 100. Now, the NDX 100, folks, most of the time leads on the way up, leads on the way down. Bottom line, you're at highs. We are at 23.99. No juice whatsoever. We go over to the 3Qs, and you take a look at the 3Qs. what you have inside the 3 Qs is this. She did 83 million shares out here today. She took out the swing point. She's going into 103 million shares. She's going into, let's see, 98 million shares. That's on the daily. On the weekly, same type of setup. The weeklies just aren't there. Dow Industrials. If we look at the Dow, there wasn't a Dow Industrial stock that was down today. Bottom line, right across the board, yes, all green. You go over to Europe, and what this is all about Europe today, the CAC Cron was up 6%. You had the DAX up 5.5%. The Spain was up 5%. And what that's all about, of course, is that they decided that they're going to push $1.3 billion into a bailout fund. They haven't said how, who, and who's going to come up with the money yet. When you put it all together, what you have out here, folks, is that, yes, you have your euphoric bounce. There's no two ways about it. I don't think there's any real juice behind it. And I think what you're going to see flat out is that as we get up to these highs, you're going to see the baby give it up again. I can tell you this. When you have the top line Dow Industrial hitting the highs, and we're coming into those highs with 50% lighter on the weekly, that is a huge problem. That is absolutely not buying. That is absolutely pushing out distribution. And, you know, when we bring this all the way back, where we are right now is at 12,202, and 12,202 is right at the February 1st time frame. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We go take a look at the dollar index. Okay, so this is what we had. This is what we had with dollar index. Dollar gets smoked out here. As soon as this came across, the dollar came downtown. As the dollar comes downtown, the relief was absolutely dramatic. We did 45,000 contracts. We got into a price point of 74.86. You're at 75.10 right now. Over 75 is a number that, bottom line, is that it's going to have to do some heavy work now. That 45,000 is going into 44,000. After the close out here, let's see what we have. Crocs came out with numbers. The Crocs closed at $17. That's trading at $17 right now. Let me see who else. Who else we got? DECK. Deckers came out with numbers. Where is she? Okay, Deckers closed at 106. That's trading at 108, and that's after being up $1.85. Numbers on Deckers go like this. Their net sales was $414 million. Numbers aren't bad. Deckers is at highs out here. EXPE. Let's see what we got. EXPE. This is Expedia. That closed at $29. She's trading at $28.80. Ertz, which is Electronic Arts. Electronic Arts closed at $24.50. She's trading at $23.90. And the number on Ertz, this is, of course, the... that's interesting. Okay, so they had seen a loss of 5 cents. They made 5 cents. Let's go to Gail in Tampa. Hey, Gail, what's going on?
Hi, kind of crazy day today. It's so good to talk with you. I wanted to ask you about FAS. I've had some, probably for the last couple months, some good short positions and done pretty well with it. And today it takes off nicely. So my question is this taking on a fake head, or is this going to continue in this direction? Well, I don't know how to read this.
Let's take a look. You get FAS. FAS, folks, is the direction 300% bull position. So of the Russell 1000, the lows 8, the highs 34. If we go over to the XLF, I'm going to bring you to the XLF for a second just so we can take a look at the XLF. Inside the XLF, what you have is that you had volume today of 229 million, and that was going into 185. Now, the way that that is set up is that, yes, that XLF can get up into that 1448, which will take that FAS Okay, so you got up 270 today. This can go higher. You don't want to be short those financials right now.
Okay.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anyway, what's going on? So let's go take a look at some of those financials. So watch what you had on a fundamental basis out here today, folks. What you have on a fundamental basis, the banks went, the insurance companies went. Well, everything went green, but the banks went, the insurance companies went. Why did they go? Because what ends up happening is that the New Deal goes like this. The New Deal is that Greek bonds, you take a 50% haircut, but the 50% haircut does not do two different things. It doesn't trigger a default. Now, the way that derivatives are worked, folks, is that if they had insurance on the default, which huge amounts of banks and traders do, the derivative council decided after they made the deal today is that because it's a voluntary haircut, it does not trigger a insurance event. Now, what that means is that's huge for the banks and huge for the insurance companies because everyone on the other side of that will not get paid off. Pretty wild, but that's how that shakes out. That's why you saw that happen. The actual structure of the bailout is not in place yet. The actual structure is going to get put in place. Is it going to make a difference? I figure in the longer run it's not. And the reason I'm saying is that we actually read the structure. Number one is that they're saying that Greek debt will be down to 120% of GDP in 2020. Well, bottom line, folks, is they can't pay their operating costs. You're going to see quite a bit out here, period. CSTR. Let's take a look at CSTR. This is Coinstar. Coinstar closed at $52.95. That is trading at $46 right now. Numbers go like this on Coinstar. Revenue, they see fourth quarter revenue at $485 million to $510 million. Now, this is red box, mind you, okay? What's really wild about this is that, Netflix has already got hit. Coinstar, you can see that someone knew what was going on, knew it was inside those numbers today. Why am I saying that? Because right into the close, you talk about taking a haircut. Coinstar was trading out of $57, folks, and they just took it apart at the close. So someone knew coming right at 3 o'clock, they basically took it down 10% at 3 o'clock, and right now you have it down another 10% after hours. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. We had the Dow finish up 339, Nasdaq up 87, S&P's up 42, gold contract up 20, silver up $1.76, bonds down 3. We're going to be right back, folks.